involved are usually really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I can say we have a few exceptions to that rule.
Well, I guess there's exceptions to every rule. I was really interested. I was talking to Bellum about the final presentation. She didn't think her parents would let her go.
We're going to have to figure that part out.
Which was pretty crazy.
At the end of this period, or like by 4th tomorrow, is to have a letter in English and Spanish that's going home that says not only is your child in this, and it's a grade, but we want you to come. And if you want to come to school at 4:15 and take your kid over there and wait an hour for the performance to start, you are welcome to do that. So that it's very clear. I mean, we have kids in this class, the class that you're working with, who leave school to go get high and drink. We have kids in this class who are secretly sneaking around with boys and girls. Their parents are like, you can't be alone. Which, thank goodness, they at least figured it out at this point.
Yeah.
Really enough to change something. But.
So that is going to be tricky, but I want to get it out there now. We're a month away. I want to know 2 weeks in advance if I should be expecting someone not to be there, because then I want your performance videotaped.
Yeah.
And if you can't be there to see it, at least we can play it.
Yeah.
And
they can still be active participants in the planning process.
And then what we can do is videotape the performance so that if they want to see it and not feel like they missed out, fine.
Yeah, like Felix wants to videotape his part. I'd rather he did it in front of everybody, but
right,
he'll probably.
I'm telling you now, if you can get him to videotape it, you have had a victory.
Good. Right. He was really, really good yesterday. Tuesday.
Right. And I think a lot of Felix's issue is that he doesn't care half the time. The other half of the time, he wants to care.
Felix comes from a broken home.
Yeah, that's what I learned. I mean, I had there had to be something at home or going on otherwise that would, okay.
He also has anger management problems.
Like really big ones.
Like ended
8th grade.
By punching out a window in the gym because his girlfriend kissed another boy.
But we haven't seen any of those anger issues in this classroom.
The only way we've ever seen him manifest his anger is yelling and then walking out of the room. Right. And we're like, okay, we still have all of our materials intact. Nothing's broken. No one is broken. And we call his administrator and let them know that he left it.
Well, one thing I noticed about this class, and this was kind of comparing it to like my high school experience, was I feel like all the students, they all have really big personalities. Now that I've gotten to know them really well, I think like at heart they all really, really like this class, because at least it seems like they really like both of you guys as teachers.
I think it's good to know.
Yeah, I mean that's just an outside. I'm not here every day.
No,
but
that's probably a better opinion than ours.
They especially like it when you guys come.
They love it.
That's good.
Because, and I said this to you when we met with you before you came. Your role is the big brother, big sister to our mom. And you don't always love mom, but when you don't love mom, you run to big brother or big sister, and everything's okay. And I think that they love that these cool college kids want to come work with them.
Yeah.
Care about how their weekend was, want to know if they have something cool to write.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So
they had a lot of questions about college too, which
and
is really
that's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
And I feel like
I don't think I thought about that as a freshman.
We talk about it all the time. One of the things that I don't know if Heather's told you this yet, but one of the classes at the end is going to be like a party.
No. I won't break it.
Yeah, I won't say more about it, but there's going to be a party, and at that point, we will give them chances to ask questions about college,
about your lives,
to you guys.
Cool.
Anything.
Oh, that'll be really fun, actually.
Yeah, I think that'll be.
There's more to it, but I'll tell you that much.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to have the surprise completely spoiled.
You have to tell me about that. You have to tell me about that, so I'm ready for it. I'm coming in ready to lecture.
When Heather and I have that meeting in DC,
oh, okay.
That's when we talked about a lot of it.
Got it.
That pre-planning.
So the last question that I wanted to ask, because I feel like you guys have other stuff to do.
No, this is our planning period.
Okay. So when I read that other interview, it was coming from a high school that was predominantly white and very upper class, not particularly diverse, and students had to take like an entrance exam to get into it.
Moly.
Yeah, which is
It's a
it's a
private
high school.
school.
It's a private school that they've been. It's in Virginia,
Okay.
and I think it was Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was
So
gonna say St. Andrews or Thomas.
it said people had been, students had been their parents like planning for them to go there since they're in
Yeah.
really young, which is crazy. So if you compare NHS to that, where it's diverse, students are coming. Like I feel like it's just a wide range.
Across
It's
the
you
board,
can't
yeah.
say like there's a stereotypical NHS student.
No.
Mm-mm.
Not
I think that contributes more to getting like a more,
diverse.
I don't want to say a diverse education. Like
Right.
you meet different people.
Yeah.
Do you guys have thoughts on that at all?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as she finishes
Mhm.
that.
I have thoughts and I have noodles. Okay. I think
You kind of touched on it already, actually, but
that it's great. I think that the fact that there's so much diversity at Northwestern is fantastic, and I want to be very clear because I don't know that I understood what the diversity of Prince George's County meant when I started at the University of Maryland, because one of my friends in my dorm went to High Point.
okay.
Which is a rival school.
Yeah.
And she is like, everyone's so diverse that all these people, all these students are black and all these students are Hispanic, and I was like, that's not diverse. That's like minority heavy, not diverse.
Yeah.
It is diverse
Mm-hmm.
because I've told my students at this point I won't refer to black people as African American, especially at Northwestern, because what I've learned is that our black community is from a number of different African countries, and they're Haitian, and they're Jamaican, and they're Dominican, and they're
Caribbean.
Yeah.
from so
Anything.
many different. We have students from Trinidad, like from everywhere,
Yeah.
and our
which is French speaking.
exactly. We have Hispanic students from Mexico, heavily from El Salvador, from Dominican Republic,
Mhm.
from
Honduras.
yes.
Yeah.
Why can't I think of the one that I'm trying to
Nicaragua,
think of?
maybe?
Maybe
We may have a few I don't know that we have any Nicaraguan students,
think
but
we
the
do.
school probably does.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we have some Costa Rican students,
Puerto Rican.
from
We have a bunch of Puerto Ricans.
that was what I was trying to think of, Puerto
Okay.
Rican students. We're at the point in the year where without spring break, my brain will shut off periodically throughout the day, which is why planning is really good.
Yeah.
So I've learned really what that means to have such a diverse population. And
even
what those
our-
students bring to the table. I mean, when we talk about these speeches and about freedoms, our students have totally different views of what that means.
Right. It's very interesting, actually.
Yeah, I will say that we have a number of students who are illegal immigrants, and hearing what they have to say is really interesting, because the only way they're getting an education is if they come to public school, because
And the
if
dream
they
act
have an
gets passed.
address, that's fine. The only way their education is continuing past this school is if the DREAM Act gets passed. I mean, it's really intense to listen to the problems that they encounter that I never had to think about.
A lot of people probably just write off those problems without knowing
They
students
do.
like
Right,
that.
exactly. Well, I'm like, when I talked to my mother about all of this, she is like shocked to hear what I think is a problem versus what she would have thought without talking to me.
Yeah.
My parents
And
too.
she's,
Interesting.
she raised me in an area like this Virginia area. Now, I went to public school, and Ms. Cho went to public school,
I
but
went to Wooten.
other
down
than the
road.
fact that they're public schools, they're the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You vet your kid for Wooten too by moving to that area and paying those taxes.